so I guess I'm back. But you know who else is back? That's right, the British Touring Car Championship will be returning this weekend. We're back for the season opener once again, as it's been for the past couple of years, at Donington Park National Circuit. I'm very excited I'm going to be there. I'm very excited to share my excitement with you. And yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I want to mention. But for now, that's your intro. So, what's new this year? Well, you know, as with the BTCC, there's always some minor changes going on, but this time they've stuck a few major ones in there with them. There's the standard shuffling of tyre rules and a little bit of a change to safety car format apparently for this year. But also we've moved to 100% sustainable fuel, and the hybrid system is out of here. So the cars are now significantly lighter, and they'll be managing the success ballast type thing with, unfortunately not success ballast, but with a boost system change. You know, nobody really knows how it's going to work until the first race. I mean, look at how the hybrid was in 2022. Nobody really knew what was going to happen with it, how effective it was going to be. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that one. On top of that, we've also got an engine freeze as of now, and also a slight adjustment, or I think they're calling it a clarification, to the Quick 6 qualifying format. All in all, just some minor tweaks on things that people have been complaining about in the last few years, and I never know whether it's good or bad until I've seen it, to be honest, and let's be honest, we're motorsport fans, we'll find a way to complain about it anyway. Who wants to dwell on any of that when we have a proper good old-fashioned silly season to talk about? I mean, it has been carnage. Driver moves left, right and centre, returning people who I never expected to see on the grid again, frankly, and realistically I'm still gobsmacked about any of it. Let's start with the last year's teams champions, the three-peat for Napa Racing UK, and their lineup is unchanged. They're the most boring team on the grid. They've literally done nothing this off-season apart from make some, I quite like, but controversial new liveries, because that yellow is bold. Moving on to WSR, and I mean, it's been, I wouldn't say carnage because that implies it's out of control, but it's been a shock to the system, I'd say, for fans of BTCC. Only one driver remains from last year's lineup, and I'm including Bobby Thompson in that. Jake Hill is the only one who remains, but he will have that shining gold number plate and the number 1 on the side of his laser beamer for this year. But Jake is the only returning driver. As I said, 3 new ones for WSR this year, and they are Darryl DeLeon, who's making the switch from Cupra over to BMW. We'll see how he does. Aidan Moffat, he's driven rear-wheel drive before, so possibly has a slight benefit there. And Charles Rainford, a rookie in the BTCC, who's been doing Porsche in the past and pretty successful there, so he should be pretty comfortable. I mean, successful Porsche drivers have done well in the past in BTCC, and he's gone into a rear-wheel drive car rather than a front-wheel drive, so he won't have to learn that switch, and we'll see how it goes. Now over at Accelerate and the Hyundais, they've retained 2 drivers, the 2 Toms, Tom Ingram and Tom Chilton, which I think is probably a great idea. A third seat is filled by Adam Morgan. Good to see he's managed to find somewhere else on the grid after leaving WSR. For my age, it would be kind of weird to see him not there. But then it gets a little bit weird, because the 4th seat is split between 2 drivers, and neither of them are Nick Halstead. The first few rounds of the season, according to the entry list, rounds 1 to 15, it will be driven by Michael Crease. Now, if you've only started watching it BTCC recently, you won't know who that is, but I'm gathering most of you will. Then, the last few rounds, it will be driven by Senna Proctor. So we've got 2 returning guys who, I'll be honest, I did not ever expect to see in a BTCC car again. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm happy about it. it's going to be carnage. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a strong car, the Hyundai, I think. Maybe. Who knows? So yeah, that's one to keep an eye on. Now, speaking of Hyundai i30Ns, Restart Racing have switched to them from Cupra. And to go with it, they also have a new driver alongside Chris Smiley. And that driver is Dan Lloyd. Another one returning, not out of nowhere. There's been a lot of rumours about a lot of these drivers that I'm making big deals out of. But to me, out of nowhere, because, you know, I saw so many, you know, people coming up through the ranks, or other people that had lost seats recently that I thought would return in some of these people's place. But here we are. I mean, you know, good to see him back. So Dan Lloyd has returned, and he's now with Restart Racing in their brand new, well, new to them, Hyundai i30s. So some of you, I doubt it, but some of you might be thinking, oh no, does that mean there's only one Cupra on the grid? Well, no, because the Cupra roster will remain at 3 cars, 2 for Rocket with Unlimited Motorsport, and those are going to be driven by Dexter Patterson and Max Hall. Max Hall coming up out of JCW Minis, and Dexter Patterson returning seemingly out of nowhere, and I'm very happy about it because he's very quick and he's very good to watch. In the third one, you may ask, is, you know, a different team, technically. I'm not really sure, to be honest. They might be running under a different name, but it's Nick Hamilton. He's back. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just Nick Hamilton. He's back. Now, I'm sure someone is now screaming at their screen saying, what about Toyota? You've missed out a major manufacturer there. Well, yes, I had, but that's because my train of thought just left without me. So coming back to them at Toyota, and they've got a whole new lineup for us. I mean, every single one, but they've still filled all 4 of their seats. So there will still be 4 Toyotas on the grid, but they're all under Toyota GAZOO Racing now. So, you know, they're all going to be in a Toyota livery, which personally I like that. I like the Toyota liveries. They've never missed, and this year's one is pretty good. So starting on the lowest of the numbers, it's Ronan Pearson as their first driver. This is only in order of their race numbers because, frankly, I had no idea what the team structure is going to look like over there and who's going to come out on top in that teammate battle. It's anybody's guess at this point, but yeah, Ronan Pearson back after his kind of unceremonious end at Accelerate, and he's now, to pretty much no one's surprise after the testing photos we all saw at the end of last year, in a Toyota. So yeah, that's fun. Next on the list is Aaron Taylor-Smith, and I'm super excited to see him in the Toyota. I think he did a fantastic job in that Vauxhall all those years, and you know, I'm just happy to have him on the grid. He's a great character in the pit lane, and yeah, I'm just generally happy about that. But underneath him is a name that I never expected back, and I know I've said that a few times in this video, but this time I actually mean it. Gordon Shedden has returned. The multiple British Touring Car Champion and absolute legend Scotsman himself, Gordon Shedden, is back on the grid. The legendary number 52 will be on the side of a Toyota GAZOO Racing Toyota, and if there was anywhere I expected it to come back, I don't think it was there, to be honest. But I am super excited about that one, which means the last name on this list is gonna land a little bit flat. It's James Dorlin, and to be honest, I don't know anything about him, and you know, that's sometimes a good thing, you know, exciting, new, different. Don't think much of his number 132 though. I don't like triple digit numbers, call me old fashioned. Now, it's been a good upbeat thing so far, I think, but sadly, one team is going to bring that down a notch, and that is, unfortunately, Powermax. yeah, they only have one car. It's just Mikey. Mikey Doble's back, but the one Vauxhall is a little bit sad to see. But at least they are back for a time we all thought they'd completely gone. So at least Mikey's back. And then there was one. Literally, one Motorsport has returned after a year away, and they're bringing 2 Hondas back. So Honda's back on the grid as well, which is incredible. And to be honest, that's kind of where I wish Gordon Shedden had gone. But I'm not going to complain because their driver lineup is fantastic. They only had 2 seats to fill, and they've somehow nailed it better than any other team on the grid, in my opinion, because they have brought back to their stable Josh Cook and partnered him up with a man who took a year out to do Porsches, Stephen Jelly, who I think is just an incredible human being in general, but yeah, a great, good, steady second driver to have in that team, and I'd be shocked if they didn't do fairly well in the teams, or at least better than a lot of people are expecting them to do once Stephen's got used to a front-wheel drive car. So there you have it, 24 seats filled by 25 drivers. I don't know, the BTCC is weird. So in the Manufacturers' Championship, again, we have BMW, Toyota, Ford and Hyundai. Same as the past few years. But the Independents Championship's looking a little bit more healthy now. One Motorsport coming back, restart with their new i30s, a double unlimited crew, and we'll see what Mikey Doble can do on his own, but I doubt there's much there. But, it's a little bit healthier. It's nice to see that back. I miss the days when I was younger where the Independents Championship was just, massively stacked. But that's probably actually just benefit of hindsight. Probably wasn't that good. I don't know, I'm just going to go rewatch them all now. On top of all those championships, 5 people are eligible for the Jack Sears Trophy this year, so there's possibly a little bit of competition there. They're spread out through different teams and manufacturers as well, so it won't just be a competition between like 2 people as usual, I hope, fingers crossed. But now I guess I'm gonna do what everyone on YouTube does when they do a season preview, and that is make some ridiculous predictions that I have no basis for other than just guts and self-belief. So let's start with one of the slightly more forgettable ones, admittedly, the Jack Sears Trophy. And this year, my pick for the Jack Sears Trophy is Ronan Pearson. My, heart says maybe Darren DeLeon or Charles Rainford, but no, I think Ronan's got the best experience to actually win that championship, given who he's up against. There's a couple of rookies, couple of big swaps for other people. He's in a slightly more familiar car to him previous, and I just think it might be his year. Now for the independents, I'm going to start with the drivers, and this one's pretty easy in my opinion. It's Josh Cook. I think Josh Cook is absolutely going to dominate that. I think it'd be stupid to pick anyone else realistically. I think he's going to comfortably win the teammate battle. As much as I love Stephen, I think Josh is just quicker and more comfortable in that car, obviously having driven it before as well. So he's won the teammate battle, and from then I think, that Honda's probably the quickest independent car and he's the quickest independent driver. It's a simple equation. He's won that. And as with the independent teams, I think One Motorsport probably going to have that in the bag. I think, once Stephen's up to grips with the new car, I think that's a pretty solid lineup they've got there, and I think it beats restarts, which I think are probably the next closest. I think, I know Unlimited have quick drivers, but I can't see that Cupra really being up there with the likes of the Honda and the Hyundai. So, yeah, One Motorsport, my pick for independent champions this year. In the Manufacturers' Championship, I'm going to go with past experience on this and say BMW. They've just won so many, it's hard to look past them at this point. I think they'll have the edge over Ford again, and yeah, that's my pick, BMW all the way. Now this is where it gets tricky for me. Overall teams, I could go anywhere with this one. I'm not going to go back to One Motorsport, and therefore that eliminates the rest of the independent teams. So we're looking at manufacturers here, in my opinion. I don't see Toyota walking away with it. I just don't think they're a strong enough overall team. Likewise, I mean, even with Gordon Shedden, I don't think they've got that. Likewise, I'd say the same about Team Virtue. I think they might struggle to just put up enough points. So I think I'm going to have to give it to Napa. I think they're going to go 4 in a row. Much as it pains me to admit it, I think, I think that is what's going to happen, unfortunately, guys, this year. It's 4 in a row for them yellow and blue 4s. Now for the one everyone really cares about, the overall drivers. And I'm going to have to go with my heart on this one, completely outside my head. But my head's put 5 drivers in there, and those drivers are Gordon Shedden, and then the usual 4 suspects. It's Josh Cook, it's Tom Ingram, it's Ash Sutton, and it's Jake Hill. Because it'd be stupid to look anywhere else. But I'm going to go with my heart for my final answer and completely ignore all reason and sanity and go Jake Hill for 2 in a row. And I really hope it happens. I really like that to happen. There's a couple of others in there that don't mind winning and all this, but yeah, I'm going to say Jake. I really hope he does. That'd be nice. There was only one person I ever wanted to break the all-time championships record, and that was Colin Turkington. So I'd rather Ash didn't win. My heart says, although my head says he's got a pretty damn good chance this year.
So I completely forgot about the Goodyear Wingfoot Award for the best qualifier of the year, so I'm just going to stick a winner on screen for you now. There you have it. Josh Cook.
So the final thing to leave you with, I guess, is the fact that Cookie went fastest in the final pre-season test at Donington and went quicker than Sutton's official lap record for the track. So cars are faster as ever, drivers are fast as ever. No reason why this can't be a great season. Starts this weekend at Donington Park, and I'm super excited to be there. I hope you guys are excited for it too. And look out for my my little Donington intro video that'll be coming out probably tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.